Let's go down to Chris Kinley. This is going to be bang, bang, bang today, isn't it?
It is, and of course the machines are already in a little central holding area in Parc Fermé, and we're just waiting for the OK to get ready to get the road sorted out. That gate will be open, that famous gate will open. It's better than what it used to be. That gate used to do a big clunk when it opened, and I've kind of fixed it over time. And just having a little look to see who's going to be first up onto the road. Looking back to the first event, Ben and Tom Birchall, what more can we say? Absolutely creamed it, didn't he? A masterclass it was, with John Holden, Lee Kane in second place, and Alan Founds and Jake Lowther, they got third place, and fourth was Pete Founds and Jevon Worms. You know, that's a battle and a half. There was only 6 seconds between them two at the end of them. The 3 laps, wasn't it, on the sidecars? Ryan Crowe and Callum Crowe, what a lap that was, eh? Race time of 1 hour, 1 minute, 5:26, 113.142. So that's pretty impressive, isn't it, for the newcomers there, number 44. And then 6th place for number 6, Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney. They average 112.2. Then Gary Bryan, Philip Hyde, number 10. Conrad Harrison, Andy Winkle, number 8, finished in 8th position. And Alan Schofield and Steve Thomas, they were, where are we there? Number 21, they were in 9th. And Gary and Daryl Gibson, they completed the top 10. But quickly just to say to you about the Crow boys, you know, obviously we were talking to Patrick Francis, hopefully going to be joining us in a little while to talk about the sidecars. He was saying, oh, here he is now, actually. Patrick, we're over here. We're all right. You found us, don't worry. I was just mentioning about Ryan Crowe and Callum Crowe, that race time. I heard you mention it in the preview show before with Chris Boyd. That's an incredible race speed for the newcomers, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable. I was saying in the show this morning that it's just 0.2 of a second off what me and Molly did in a race time in 2014, the last time I won a race around here. So to come and do that in your first lap, because don't forget they only got 1 lap in practice, so that's their only 2nd, 3rd and 4th ever lap around the mountain course. Okay,
you've had your ear to the ground. Who's been changing what? Who's been doing what? Obviously no Molly in this one, of course no Tim Reeves either in the first run, and so what have they got to do?
Yeah, they've just got to go out. I mean, they've had so much little practice time that if there's any problems now, they've just got to go and ride round them and see what it is. But I've just been over there. Callum and Ryan Crowe, they actually got a big problem. The bike's just set on fire. I can't exactly see the extent of the damage, but it looks like it's damaged some wires going into the airbox. So they're just frantically over there, just trying to get things sorted. But time's against them now with that.
It is. We'll take a little walk over there. Actually, where about are they, buddy? You can show me where they are. Yeah, we'll go over this side with all these bikes here and just have a little check. So well spotted you. We came to the top end, so we managed to unfortunately miss all that. They'll be down here somewhere, as we have all the Superstock bikes being formed up. So yeah, they're doing a bit of frantic work on their electrical things, Patrick. Blinking electricals.
Yeah, but it's the way that these bikes run. All the fuel injected bikes now, everything's electrical, and obviously they're quite advanced. More tech on them, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but hopefully the boys can get it sorted. You can see there they're frantically trying to get things sorted.
How easy is it to change a loom?
Oh, a loom, it takes weeks to build a loom for these things. The real technical, real trick things are not what you get on a standard road bike. The ignitions themselves are thousands and thousands of pounds, so to get everything, because they've got all suspension sensors, fuel pressure sensors, they've got all the sensors that they need to run the data, and they can look back and find out what the problem is. But it looks from here that there's only just up to the airbox that they've got the problem with at the moment, and you can see the guys have got all the gear there ready to do it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they can get out and get it sorted.
Like with audio cable, if you run a long length of audio cable, you lose sound at the end. With these electrical cables and all the sensors now, they have to be a certain specific length?
Yeah, no, not the length, because there's not actually that much length on them from the ECU, which is the Engine Management Control Unit. You may be going to be, 2 metres maximum from where you need to be, but they are all shielded cabling, so any crosstalk between cables, it sort of stops all that, and then any interference, and you don't get any blips, because they are quite advanced with the Motec ignitions that they're running.
A lot of money, those Motec things, aren't they? Yeah, so we'll let the boys work on that. I say Ryan is working and Callum on it, and a few of the other guys. There's more hands and fingers in there than anything else. A lot of work to be done for the Crow boys to get that sort. That is a bit of a shame. Now, Chris, did you hear that conversation? What Pat was saying? You understand? Yes. You understand the technical side of what they're having to do there. They're going to have to get it right, aren't they?
They are, and like you said, depending on what the problem is, time could be against them. Really, I know they're working away frantically there, but yourself with wiring, it's some of it's unseen, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll be going off at number 11, so they've got a little bit of time yet. Anyway, so we're going to make our way up on to the road. So Where's young Patrick? There he's gone to this side. You've got your little ear thing on. Just got to ask you about any of the teams you've been speaking to from after race one. Who's done any major changes? Anybody you know of?
Yeah, John Holden. He was running a big problem through the whole race. He openly admitted it. He showed me all his data from his Motec there, and he was on the limiter all the way around. I mean, data doesn't lie. When you can see it for yourself, it was there. So he's really, really happy. He was quite disappointed and despondent not to have the pace about what he had last year and to be able to chase onto the Birchells there. But no, having a look at the data and having set back and had a bit of a reset everything, he's more than happy with it. He reckons he can really take it to them. He's going to try and get out of the blocks pretty fast and then try and chase onto them. He said after the first race he got through to Braddon Bridge there, and he couldn't even see where the Birchells had gone, so he knew that it was sort of over then, so early on in the race. But we've got other factors here. Dave Molyneux, he's going to be the man. Yeah, if he can get away, he looks happy there, giving us a smile. He does look very relaxed. Yeah.
Palmer, go and have a word with him, Palmy. Chris Palmer's going to go chat with the Founds boys. Just go past us there now. Chris Palmer's just going to over maybe have a quick chat with Dave Molyneux as Lewis goes past us. Lewis Blackstock with Patrick Rosney. Chris Palmer, what's he telling us? Have a quick chat with him.
Yeah, I've got Dave Molyneux. He's just been trying to explain to me what the problem was. I'll just let him explain to everybody out there what happened to him the other day when he just got off the line and it virtually conked out, did it, Dave?
Well, it did, yeah. But when I got to the traffic lights in the middle of town, it was conked out totally. But yeah, I got halfway down Bray Hill and it's just started to slow up like I was turning the throttle off. It was intermittent, and I suppose I should have pulled off at Quarterbridge, but I carried on to Braddon Bridge, just hoping for a miracle and it clearing. But it was just on off, like I was just working the accelerator. And turns out it was what we call the to throttle position sensor, like a grip sensor, which is operated by the cables, the push-pull cables on the throttle, which sends a signal then to the motor that drives the throttle itself. And the damn thing failed, and that's it.
I suppose it's not like the old days where you just had a throttle cable and it was either on or off. I mean, now everything now is electronic, isn't it, Dave? And it's you can't foresee an electronic problem like that.
I'm afraid you can't, and I believe Dean Harrison had the same thing in practice on his number one bike. That particular sensor failed. He just took the number two bike out, and I spoke to
5 minutes.
Yamaha Europe's one of their top men, and he said they've heard of 6 fail this year. So it's just one of them. What can you do? I think I've had more failures around the TT course through electronics than anything else. But
let's hope it holds together for this one, Dave. All the best. Thanks for talking to us, Dave Molyneux there.
Yeah, just having a little look down to Parc Fermé for the big story in the sidecar world for TT 2019. Ryan and Callum Crowe, they're still working on the front of that outfit. They've got another 4.5 minutes to get that done. And then the starting difference, let's have a little look there. They are then another 1 minute 40. So effectively, they've got about 6.5 minutes. Come on, have you ever been in a situation like this before a TT race, Pat France?
No, not as desperate as this, where something like this has gone so badly wrong. The worst that I had it, we had a quick shifter system on with Dave Molyneux in 2012, and it started working the wrong way around. So like trying to shift going down the box. So that's the only problem that I have. But that was early on in the morning, so it was just a simple case of disconnecting it. But hopefully the boys can get out. They had a fantastic run in that first run, and it'll be desperate if they don't make it because of something like this.
Well, our producer Mark Tiley is keeping a little eye on that, and give us a shout, Mark, if you've seen anything happening on there. So Chris has had a quick chat there too. Dave Molyneux quite relaxed, and maybe grab a quick chat with Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney, 6th place in the first race. The old ubiquitous duct tape is out once again. Where would we be in world without, well, in the motorcycling fraternity without duct tape and number 2, cable ties? They're the kind of thing it does. And I love the way the duct tape is actually colour coded to the SBR, the Silicon Barnes Racing Team. Always thinking ahead and always thinking about promotion. We'll just let Lewis finish doing that off. There, just a little bit of tape just to stop his gloves from unflapping themselves.
Yeah, he's got short gloves on there. He's obviously not 100% comfortable with them round his wrist. I always like tight gloves around my wrist, so I can see where he's coming from. But it's everybody just getting comfortable. It's just the little things that make the big differences. If
something's really annoying you, like you only get like a toothache and it's like there all the time, can you shut that out? Were you able to do that?
No, I was dead fussy. Everything had to be right. My back protector had to be right, my gloves, my boots. If I was uncomfortable on the bike, it'd sort of be in the back of my mind. So I was a bit finicky like that, but obviously Lewis is a little bit like that as well with the way he's doing his gloves there, but he's just getting into the outfit. The boys are ready to go. And
certainly are. Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney. Then we're going to have to move forward a little bit. We are running so short of time as this. Alan Found just doing a quick old stretch on the number 4 outfit there. Just so important to get yourself stretched out. More important as a driver to get yourself stretched out more than the passenger, because the passenger, you're moving quite a bit, aren't you, Pat France?
Yeah, you are moving quite a bit, but it is important for the drivers because you're in a crouched position for so long. Don't forget, you're just about an hour on the circuit, and if you're not comfortable from the start and stretched out properly, it's so easy to get cramped up round here. If you've not got the right nutrition and you've not had enough water on board, it's so easy to get cramped in the position that these guys are on, and they've got no chance to get stretched out because once they're in them outfits, they're in.
Did you find out what happened to Tim Reeves the other day?
I believe it was a mechanical problem. I'm not quite sure the ins and outs of everything, but yeah, he just had an engine blow up. Just one of them things. It was a brand new engine, lack of time on the track, so he had to go with what he had to go with. Just put a brand new engine. Ideally, you go out and do a steady lap, and then you can sort of know straight away if they're going to go. And if you've got that extra practice time, you've got it all in hand. But he had to go with what he went with, and he put a brand new engine in, and it's just one of them things.
Ryan Crowe and Callum Crowe, Mark Tiley, I've got my eyes on you. Not at the moment. They've got the fairing on, Mark. The cover on top, no, doesn't look like they have, but they're not coming up the road as of yet. The gate is now open into that no man's land in the middle. Rear warning lights must be turned on, and there is Tim Reeves. I nearly said with Patrick Ferrance on board then, actually, with Mark Wilkes on board, because I was looking at the same time. We'll get round the number 4 outfit. Now, the board has slightly changed from earlier on today. Dan Patches, the Black Dub and Glen Helen. It's a 2-lap race. Just remind you of that. It is a 2-lap sidecar race. Looking forward to this one. We'll keep a little eye on Tim Glover, not just on you, Tim Glover, but on Ryan and Callum Crowe, because we need to find out if they're going to make it to the start line. We'll hand to you.
And we're approaching 30 seconds in perfect conditions here on the Isle of Man for the Locate.im Sidecar Race number 2. The Birchells aiming for 7 in a row, unbeaten since 2013 when they finished a race. And the last 5 times they've won, it's been John Holden who's been the runner-up. 15 seconds to go as the Birchells are in their outfit now underneath that Monster Energy arch. They're getting the countdown, and the hand goes onto the shoulder now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Birchells are away. The flag is dropped there by Greg Pilligan, CEO of Pilgrim Media Group. So the Birchells safely away, and now it's John Holden and Lee Kane. Here's Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. Are they going to have better luck in that Yamaha outfit? And now the Cloud Vapors Yamaha of Alan Founds and Jake Lowther. Number 5, Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. Suzuki power for them. And Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney in their Honda outfit. Nicely away indeed. And now Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne. Have they got that sorted out? And it's next Conrad Harrison and Andrew Winkle, number 8, that I've just had confirmation through that the Crows will not be starting. The Crows are not starting this race, which is a great shame for Ryan and Callum. So Steve Ramsden and Matty away now. And next will be number 10, Gary Bryan and Philip Hyde. And yep, unfortunately, number 44 outfit not there, so no Ryan and Callum Crowe. Something amiss there at the start. So number 11 will be next away, Estelle LeBlond and Frank Clays. And the flag drops for them, and away they go. Next, number 21, Alan Schofield and Steve Thomas. Number 16 is next, Darren Hope and Paul Bumfrey, the Cameron Engineering Suzuki, safely away, the all red fared outfit. 24, John and James Saunders. 19 next. 16th away, John Lowther and Scott Hardy. AWB Engineering Honda. 25 is Under the Arch, Craig Melvin and Stuart Christian. Next, number 13. Number 13, of course, being Greg Lambert and Ben McBride. 17 next, Gary and Daryl Gibson. GDM Logistics Suzuki safely away. A little bit of squirrel at the start, but away they go. Wayne Lockie and Mark Sayers in the Real Racing Honda are next, number 14. Next, number 20. As Lockie and Sayers head towards Bray Hill. 20 is Mick Alton and Stephen Bonney. 33 next, Interview Under the Arch, and that's Dan Knight and Matthew Rostron. It's number 12 away, that is Knight and Evanson. So 33, Knight and Rostron there now in the Green Ant Racing Suzuki. No number 18, but I can see 27 away now. That's Andy King and Alan Thomas. But no number 18, so no Robert Hancock and Ken Edwards. So next away will be the newcomer, Bruce Moore, the newcomer driver, and Ashley Moore, number 39. And away they go, revs go up. Beautifully prepared outfit that is. And then number 35, Nicholas Jukes and William Morley, Dino Bike Honda. Number 30 next away, Roy Tansley and Sean Parker. A bit sluggish, trying to get into gear there. And next away is 28, Francois LeBlond and Marlene Couliard. But let's go to Glen Helen, Dave Christian.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. I've got a flash of light out of Glen Helen 1. Boy, this is a fast approach. It's the Whoosh! Just as fast as they were in race 1. But it doesn't look like they've pulled too much of a gap because John Holden's now into the left-hander. Sweeps around, fuck up the gearbox, and the Birchalls lead Holden and Kane by just 1 second. So he didn't quite pull away the way they did in race 1, but there's a second gap between the Birchall brothers, number 1, and John Holden and Lee Kane, number 2. A little bit of a gap now, though, while we await the arrival of Tim Reeves, and we get 2 outfits together. That's numbers 3 and 4, so Tim Reeves being caught by Alan Founds, and Founds and Lowther, number 4, go into 3rd place on corrected time, but we await the arrival of the other Founds outfit. Little flap of the chair wheel there, but Alan Founds and Jake Lowther, they continue in 3rd place with Peter Founds and Jevon Wormsley in 4th. Next man into the left-hander, that's the number 6 of Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney, and they drop in just ahead of Tim Reeves, so a sluggish start for Tim Reeves, but this looks a little bit quicker on the approach. It's Molly, and Molyneux just drops in behind Blackstock and Rosney. Didn't sound well at all that as he accelerated up the hill, so could be another problem for Molly this afternoon. And he is in 6th place currently. He is 2 seconds down on 5th place Blackstock and Rosney. But it is the Birchall brothers, as they were in race number 1. They've taken the race by the scruff of its neck, and after the first sector with a 1 second lead over John Holden and Lee Kane. So outfit number 1 leads outfit number 2. Here's another 2 together though, so there's a big time gap here. 9 and 10 together on the road. Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde, number 10, go ahead of the Ramsdens on outfit number 9 on corrected time. But it is still number 9 in front on the road, and Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde have to work a little bit down Cronkovody to get past them, but they're pretty much nose to tail as they climbed up Craig Willys here, and you should be looking for an easy pass there along Cronkovody and into the 11th milestone. Next outfit into the corner, passenger gets out over the side to keep that keep that left-hand wheel anchored onto the ground. That's Estelle LeBlond and Frankie Clays. 21 into the left-hander now. That's a little bit of a steadier approach there for Alan Schofield and Steve Thomas. But they are a little bit quicker than Estelle LeBlond. 16 is through now. That is Darren Hope and Paul Bumfrey. Hope and Bumfrey into the top 10 for number 16. Ninth place they hold at the moment, just ahead of Schofield and Thomas, but only 0.2 of a second in it. We're awaiting the arrival of the next machine. Bright yellow outfit, number 24, John Saunders. And he is followed closely on the road by number 19. Number 19, that is John Lowther and Scott Hardy. And next outfit in, passenger gets way over the left-hand side. That's Craig Melbourne and Stewie Christian. Safely through here on their first lap, holding 14th place for number 25 at the moment on our provisional leaderboard. 17 comes in now. 17 is Gary and Darrell Gibson. Closely followed on the road by 13, Greg Lambert and Ben McBride. The Birchall brothers have broken the beam at Ballaugh Bridge. Number 1, the Birchalls made it to Ballaugh. The gap between them and Holden and Kane, though, has dropped. It was 1 second here. It's now 0.9 of a second. So absolutely nothing at all between the Birchalls and John Holden and Lee Kane between Glen Helen and Ballaugh Bridge on lap 1. There was a second here, but John Holden clawed a little bit back. And, well, we could have a proper race on our hands here. John Holden's got his mojo on. 20 comes through. 12 and 33. Big flap of the chair wheel there from 33. 33 is Dan Knight and Matt Rostron. And they got the chair wheel up, but they're up to the top 10. Number 33 into the top 10 for Dan Knight and Matthew Ruston on the
Dave,
LCR
I can
Suzuki.
just tell you that Alan Founds and Jake Lowther have stopped just up the road from you at Sarah's Cottage and are making adjustments, as are Conrad Harrison and Andrew Winkle. They've stopped at Balagary, but Founds and Lowther stopped just up the road from you.
Thank you, Tim. And the Birchalls then at Ballaugh Bridge have that 0.9 of a second advantage over John Holden and Lee Kane. And Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley, number 5, move into 3rd place, but they're 10 seconds back on Holden and Kane. Blackstock and Rosny move up to 4th. They are 6 seconds down on Founds and Walmsley. And Molly, number 7, into 5th place now, 5 seconds down on 4th. As 35 comes through here, Nick Jukes and William Morley. And closely followed on the road by number 39, Bruce and Ashley Moore. One more outfit through, that's number 30, Roy Tansley and Sean Parker. And Tim Reeves now through at Ballaugh Bridge as well. 6th place for Reeves and Wilkes. 4 seconds adrift off Dave Molyneux. Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde now also through Ballaugh as we get 28 through. And a little bit of a faster approach there for 45. Maria Costello and Julie Canepa, and 28, Francois LeBlond and Marlene Couillard. 31 comes through now. 31 is Daryl Rayner and Wendy Campbell, but now the Ramsdens now through at Ballaugh Bridge as well. So on lap 1 at Ballaugh, it's the Birchalls lead John Holden and Lee Kane by 0.9 of a second, with Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley in 3rd place, 10 seconds back on John Holden. Back to you at the grandstand.
So a purple sector went to not the Birchalls there. It went between Glen Helen and Ballaugh Bridge just to Holden and Kane. 0.975 of a second back. Still got outfits 8, Conrad Harrison, and outfit 4, Alan Founds, stopped making adjustments. The former at Balagary Corner, the latter at Sarah's Cottage. Other non-starters, number 43, Kevin and Steve Morgan were non-starters, as was number 22, Gordon Shand and Kenny Cole. Quickest at the Sulby Speed Trap, it is Ben and Tom Birchall at 151.1 miles per hour. John Holden and Lee Kane 150.8, and then it's Blackstock and Rosny at 146.5. So at Ballaugh Bridge is less than a second between the Birchalls and Holden and Kane, then a 10-second gap to number 5, Founds and Walmsley. Let's go to Ramsey Hairpin, Roy Moore.
129th Sidecar TT to take place in the 100-year history, and what a cracker it's turning out. I think Tom and Ben Birchall are here with us at Ramsey. They certainly are, a bit wider, not down the centre this time, dropping down into bottom gear probably. Get it chimed up onto the pot. Ben and Tom. Tom just keeping that back wheel down, but it looks as though it could be at Ramsey here. It's Holden and Kane now. John Holden and Lee Kane are safely through. Chair wheel just raises a bit. Probably higher in the gear and means he's just got that little bit extra to get away. I can tell you that the Birchells have put the hammer down on the run from Ballaugh Bridge here to Ramsey. It's 2.7 seconds that they hold the advantage. Number one, Tom and Ben Birchall hold at Ramsey hairpin on this, the first lap, an advantage of 2.7. It was down to 0.9, fractionally just under a second there at Ballaugh Bridge. But now the gap is out to 2.7, and I must admit John Holden did have a little bit of trouble getting the outfit away from here. Just probably the gearing altered, maybe different, and then it's now number 5 who are here with us now. That's a quick approach. Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley are safely through. Another machine there, that's number 3. That's Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. They don't appear to be hanging about here, but then again, running a new engine in, missed a couple of gears going away. Then the next machine interview, that is down the centre line. Outfit number 6, that's Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney. So what is the difference now? It's remaining at that first and second. In third place now then go outfit number 5, Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. They're 14 seconds down though on Holden and Kane. And fourth place for number 6, Blackstock and Rosney. They are 7 seconds down on Founds and Walmsley. That's Dave Molyneux safely through Ramsey, number 7. And moving up a little bit there, I think they were in 5th. No, they're holding on to their position at Ballaugh. They were 5th through Ballaugh Bridge. Outfit number 5, Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne, but they're 8.5 seconds down on Blackstock and Rosney here at Ramsey hairpin, but they're holding a 9-second advantage over in 6th place so far. That's number 3, Tim Reeves and Wilkes. Mark Wilkes, who are holding on to 6th place. This should be outfit number 10, the highest number so far through. It is number 10, Gary Bryan and Philip Hyde. They're safely through and they slot in behind Dave Molyneux there, but there's only half a behind Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes, but there's only half a second in it between 6th and 7th. In 6th place, number 3, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. And then in 7th place, number 10, Gary Bryan and Philip Hyde, but only half a second between them. Should be the Ramsdens here now, outfit number 9, and certainly that is the case. They're holding on to that 9th place appropriately enough, but 18 seconds down. But LeBlond and Clays are here as well, so there must be a time difference there that they have moved up. I would suggest they have. They've moved up into 8th place. They're 20 seconds down on Bryan and Hyde, but only hold a 1 second advantage over Schofield and Thomas. There's outfit number 21 through. Outfit number 21, Schofield and Thomas, and that is that battle between number 11, the outfit of LeBlond and Clays, but only 1 second between them. Another machine interview. This looks like outfit number 16, certainly is, Hope from Bumfrey, and they're certainly through. Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey safely through Ramsey. I can tell you the Birchells have made the mountain climb to the bungalow as outfit 19 is here with us now. John Lowther and Scott Hardy, so where would they slot in? No change at the top, but certainly they come up into 10th place and they're only a fraction of a second down there. What does that make a difference between? Yeah, 10th place, LeBlond and Clays, but only 1.3 between them. But between outfit number 19 and outfit 21, Lowther and Hardy are only a fraction of a second down on Schofield and Thomas. Holden and Kane have made the mountain climb, but they're 6 seconds down now, so 4 seconds pulled out on the climb to the mountain by Tom and Ben Birchall. A 6.273 advantage as they went through the bungalow. Moving further down, in 12th place, it's outfit number 16, Darren Hope and Len Bumfrey, and they're 6 seconds down on Lowther and Hardy. 13th place for the outfit 9, the Ramsdens, 11 seconds down on Hope and Bumfrey. And then moving in there, I think that was number 24 that went through, or 15. Number 14, the outfit number 14, Lockie and Sayers, just a fraction of a second down on the Ramsdens. That beautiful sounding bike there, the ants on the side, number 33, I think that was going through. There's one to look out for. They're up to 12th. They're up to 12th place here at Ramsey Hairpin, and they're only half a second down off in 11th place, Lowther and Hardy. So there's a battle to look out for. Founds and Walmsley safely through the bungalow, 16 seconds down. So Holden and Kane not hanging about, but certainly the Birchells seem to be put the pace down, and 6 seconds their advantage. Founds and Walmsley into third, but 16 seconds down on Holden and Kane at the bungalow. Fourth place at the bungalow for number 6, Blackstock and Rosny. 11 seconds down on Founds and Walmsley, and Dave Molyneux's made the mountain climb. He's holding on to 5th place, 9 seconds down on Blackstock and Rosny, but 11 seconds ahead of in 6th place number 3, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. Back to the grandstand.
Thank you, Roy, and wait for the lights to come on at Crunknamona, but Harrison and Winkle confirmed as a retirement now at Balagary Corner, as are Founds and Lowther at Sarah's Cottage. And also we have Daryl Rayner and Wendy Campbell retired at the Cronky Body at the Civil Defence Quarters there. So another outfit making it up. Well, now we have got the light on for the Birchells at Crunknamona, but Brian and Hyde, I can tell you, have made it to the bungalow as well. They sit currently in 7th position. But astonishingly, it will be Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes if they make it round, and Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne. If you include even the race where they retired early, this would only be their 3rd lap completed at the TT for 2019. That gives you an idea on the weather. 9 seconds the advantage now the Birchells have at Crunknamona over outfit number 2, Holden and Kane. It's stretching out all the time, and they're on around about 118 pace, 118.2 roughly, as they now come out of Governor's Dip, and they should be coming onto Glencrutchy Road and into our view very shortly indeed, and they'll cross the line, and we will get them to come across the line here, and there they are, the Birchells on to their final lap again. It's 118.380 miles per hour from a standing start for the outstanding Ben and Tom Birchall. They just are dominating the sidecar category at the moment. They've taken it to a whole new level. But John Holden's interview with Lee Kane, 117.296 miles an hour for Holden and Kane. I mean, that's pretty good indeed, to say the least, from Holden and Kane. But they are 10.6 seconds down at the end of the opening lap to the current world champions. And, well, they're aiming for 7 TT titles in a row, are Ben and Tom Birchall. 19 minutes, 7.388 seconds, 118.380 miles per hour. And they lead by 10.6 seconds. Second, Holden and Kane, 117.296 for them. And we should see coming into view Founds now. It is indeed. There's Founds and Walmsley and the Suzuki across at 115.423 miles per hour, and they are 18.797 seconds down on Holden and Kane. Another outfit into view, and he does get a completed lap in, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. And there is outfit number 6, Blackstock and Rosny. They slot into 4th place at 114.145. Reeves and Wilkes a little bit down on the steam today at 111.813. Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne interview next. They're 5th at Crunknamona, and here he is completing a lap. Outfit number 7 for the 30-year anniversary of his first win. And Molyneux and Payne, they go into 5th place ahead of Tim Reeves and Wilkes, and they are 12.2 seconds down on Blackstock and Rosny, who are in 4th, and 12.5 seconds ahead of 6th place Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. So the Birchells lead by 10.6 seconds ahead of outfit number 2, that is John Holden and Lee Kane. Honda power for them, and they in turn are 18.7 seconds ahead of outfit 5, Founds and Walmsley. And we should see number 10 interview very shortly. Number 10, of course, is Brian and Hyde, and they slot into 7th place. And just going back to the back to Crunknamona, that isn't likely to change. I can tell you outfit 21, Schofield and Thomas, is 9th at Crunknamona, and that's a pretty good display from them. LeBlond and Clays were in 8th, and Bryan and Hyde in 7th, but this race is getting stretched out like a piece of elastic now as the gaps get bigger and bigger, but a couple more outfits now coming out onto Glen Crutchie Road, so the eyes crane up the road looking north to see them come out from the trees. First one across the line is number 11, LeBlond and Clays, and now it is number 9, the Ramsdens there. And so LeBlond and Clays at the moment are in 8th place, 9th for the Ramsdens, but I have a feeling that will change. Yes, indeed it does, because 9th now is Schofield and Thomas, who've just crossed the line at 108.490. So all the top 7 all above 111 miles per hour, but the Birchells have set that bar high again. A standing start 118.380 miles per hour as Darren Hope and Paul Bumfrey cross the line at 107.32. They go into 10th place above the Ramsdens, and across the line there is John Lowther and Scott Hardy, and they now go into 10th. These are hoping both Hope and Bumfrey, who go down to 11th, and the Ramsdens, number 9, now sitting in 12th position. So the Birchells 19 minutes 7.388 seconds, 118.380 miles per hour, and a 10-second lead. Dave Christian.
Yeah, just in time for the Birchells. Just as impressive as their other laps. Absolutely fantastic sight. I think I said the other day they come around this corner like they were on rails, and exactly the same again, exactly the same line, exactly the same speed. No issues at all. By the sound of it, at least it sounded very healthy as she pulled away up the hill. But here's John Holden down into the gearbox. Hits the apex and then drives off up Craig Willies, and the gap now out to 13 seconds, so another 3 seconds for the Birchells have pulled out on John Holden and Lee Kane between the grandstand and Glen Helen on this second and final lap. 10.6 seconds the gap was at the grandstand. It's now 13.0. So 13 seconds is the Birchall brothers lead, and John Holden, well, he's looked like he might have just had it there at Ballaugh Bridge on lap 1 when he pulled the gap back to less than a second. But since then, the Birchalls have pressed the turbo boost button, and he's not been able to get a look in, pulling out second by second by second every sector. And there's no real answer for that. You've just got to stand back and admire them, admire the view and admire the spectacle of that silver grey outfit as she fires itself around here at exceptionally high speed. Peter Fans and Jevon Wormsley get a bit of a flap on with the chair wheel there, but they're safely through on their second and final lap, and the gap now between them and John Holden out to 24.6 seconds. Just under 19 seconds it was at the grandstand, so John Holden might well be leaking time to the Birchalls, but he's pulling away from the opposition behind him. 2 outfits together now. 3 is Reeves and Wilkes, and 6 is Blackstock and Rosney, and they've pulled in. Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney have pulled in here at Glen Helen. Is that Blackstock and Rosney, or is that Wilkes? Is that Reeves? I can't quite see from here, and definitely pulled in, looking to make some adjustments. And 7, Dave Molyneux through. He's safely through here. And it looks like Blackstock and Rosney, I think, have pulled in to make adjustments. The sun just catching an unfortunate angle for me, right off the middle of the number. But they've adjusted, they're off again, but they've lost, well, quite a lot of time there. They'll miss their drive up the hill and along Cronkovody, plus the time they've had pulling in and sitting stationary here for about 20 seconds or so. But Blackstock and Rosney, it was them indeed. And Reeves and Wilkes went through while I was watching the other outfit pulling into the car park entrance here at Glen Helen, and that's going to cost Blackstock and Rosney some time, and they only had a gap of 12 seconds over Tim Reeves and over Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne. Next outfit into the left-hander, that's number 10, Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde, they were in 7th place at the grandstand. I think they're probably going to gain over Blackstock and Rosny. May well see them come up a little bit further by the time they move round to the Ballaugh Bridge. But the Birchalls lead here at Glen Helen on lap 2, a 13-second advantage over John Holden and Lee Kane, who are in turn 24 seconds ahead of Peter Founds and Jevon Wormsley. And let's see, 4th place we've got Blackstock and Rosny, but that's likely to change. They were 17 seconds down on Founds and Wormsley. And in 5th place, number 7, Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne. They were 12 seconds down on Blackstock and Rosny, but as I say, that might change. We'll just have a look at the timing at Ballaugh now. The leaders shouldn't be too far away from the timing beam at Ballaugh Bridge, and no, they're not. They are through. The Birchall brothers through at Ballaugh Bridge. And as is John Holden and Lee Kane, and the gap's up. There's another 1.6 seconds pulled out. The advantage now at Ballaugh for Holden and Kane is 14.6 seconds. So the Birchalls lead John Holden and Lee Kane by 14.6 seconds at Ballaugh. Estelle LeBlanc, through here safely on her second lap, as are Schofield and Thomas and the Ramsdens. And we'll keep an eye on both sets of timing screens. And we'll see exactly who is going to be up there in the podium for this race. Founds and Wormsley at the moment look to have the advantage for that 3rd podium spot. They had a healthy gap between them and Blackstock and Rosny, who of course pulled in to make adjustments here. That's number 16 through. Hope and Bumfrey safely through here on their second and final lap. Little flap of the chair here, a chair wheel for Lowther and Hardy. Number 19 holding on to 10th place on corrected time. And I had a little note of them. Lowther and Hardy started, number 19 started in 16th place, so they've made up 6 places on their qualifying time. So a good afternoon's work for them so far. 17 into the left-hander here at Glen Helen, Gary and Darrell Gibson. And the Gibsons 9th place for them. Number 17 started in 19th place, so they've gained 10 places this afternoon. 24 goes through, and 24 is John and James Saunders. They're safely through here on their second lap. So a great ride from the Gibsons and Lowther and Hardy as well, making them a number of positions above where they started. Other machinery worth taking a note of here is Dan Knight and Matt Rostron. They started in 23rd and they were up to 9th at one stage. So keep an eye out for number 33. Okay, Founds and Wormsley now through at Ballaugh. Number 5, 28 seconds the gap between them and Holden and Kane. And Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. Tim Reeves and Wilkes, they are outfit number 3 in 4th place at Ballaugh now. They've taken that from Blackstock and Rosny, and they are 51 seconds down on 3rd place Founds and Wormsley. But it's the Birchalls and John Holden and a 14.6 second advantage at Ballaugh Bridge. Let's see how it pans out. Back to you at the grandstand.
Well, 14.6, yes, at Ballaugh Bridge. It was an astonishing pace. Sub-19, Glen Helen to Glen Helen. 18 minutes, 59.86 seconds, 119.1. But it seemed to have dropped a little bit of time comparatively, Chris Boyd, between Glen Helen and Ballaugh Bridge.
Only marginally. They're there in Ballaugh in 8 minutes and 8. On their second lap in race 1, they were there in 8 minutes and 4. So they are 4 seconds slower, but they won't have to contend with the conditions over the mountain, so we are still watching this lap time.
And the quickest at the Sulby Speed Trap, 151.1 miles an hour for Ben and Tom Birchall. Let's go to Ramsey Hairpin. Roy Moore.
Yeah, just noticing the battle there between Dave Molyneux and Tim Reeves. It's only a 0.2 of a second between them as they went over Ballaugh Bridge, so that could be one to look out for. But we hear noise in the Ramsey area, and we see an outfit coming down. 1, 2, 3, and tight into there. Chair wheel tilts up a little bit, but out to that right-hand little bank there that starts the mountain climb. And Tom and Ben Birchall safely through. Don't hesitate if you feel as though they're on 120 mile an hour pace. I think they were in the first race, but I think they encountered just up round where they probably will be going through now. Just on the exit there from the waterworks, waved yellow flags which slowed them down. Lee Kane having to get sorted out on that, and Tim and John Holden getting the engine sorted out. Went through in a higher gear there by the look of it, I would suggest, and through, but the advantage is 16 seconds. that Tom and Ben Birchall hold over John Holden and Lee Kane here at Ramsey Hairpin on lap 2 off the sidecar. So a further 2 seconds extracted on the run from Belaf Bridge here to Ramsey by Tom and Ben Birchall. They will be now through round the gooseneck, making that climb up through the 3 left-handers that takes them into Joey's, and then the big climb up the mountain up to the Guthrie Memorial, but they're holding on to a 16-second advantage. I would imagine possibly a drop in pace is the fact that their board is at Ballacrane there. It's Mark Curfey who's on duty today. Brian haven't gone back to Germany, but he will be showing a 14-second advantage, no doubt, as they went through. So just got an opportunity to roll it slightly. Founds and Walmsley are here. They seem to be trying every time as they go. They come round here, number 5, Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. They're holding on to that 3rd place as they were at Belaf, but certainly dropped another couple of seconds on John Holden and Lee Kane on the run here to Ramsey, but holding on to that 3rd, and they had quite a considerable advantage over Reeves and Wilkes at Belaf Bridge, so a podium beckons. They're 31 seconds down on John Holden and Kane, but certainly that seems to be a secure 3rd place here at Ramsey. Next machine should be number 3 here with us now, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes, and it certainly is, so maybe just getting bedded down now, that engine. And certainly sounds good as it goes away, and certainly the aggression of Tim Reeves showing there as he gives it stick up through there. Maybe he's got a bit of an indication. He's dropped a further 7 seconds, though, so it can't be going all that well. He's holding on to 4th place, is Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes, but they are 58 seconds now down on Founds and Walmsley, and it was 51 at Belaf's. But what is the battle between them and number 7, Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne? Just 0.2 of a second, 0.2 of a second it was at Belaf Bridge, but certainly no other machines that I can hear in the Ramsey area at the moment. So there is your top 4 through Ramsey Hairpin. So it's only a case now of listening out and checking that they've made the bungalow climb. That will come up automatically on our screen as they break the beam up there. How on earth did they manage timing in the old days with a pen and a piece of paper and a stopwatch? As soon as Peter Hickman crossed the line today, we knew that the difference between them was that it doesn't look good for Dave Molyneux and Harry Payne, because next into Ramsey is number 10, Brian and Hyde. There's a bit of a battle on them between Reeves and Wilkes. 1.9 or 2 seconds they are down on Reeves and Wilkes, the outfit number 10, and the next machine number 6, Blackstock and Rosny. Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosny are through. Birchalls have made the mountain climb, I can tell you. Molyneux and Payne are here, but they've dropped a lot of time. Don't know if the outfit sounds right or not. Let's just listen to them. He's got his hand up to indicate that things aren't well with that outfit. So they're touring, but there's nobody behind them. Harry Payne. And short shifting goes Dave Molyneux up towards the waterworks, so they will be trying to get a finish, I would suggest, but they're well down now. They're into the 3 seconds that they're down in 7th place. They were holding on to 5th there through Belaf, but certainly down 4th down through Belaf, but only that short battle there with Reeves and Wilkes. But they are now down into 8th place here at Ramsey, because number 6, Blackstock and Rosny, 6 seconds. They are down on the next machine through. Francois Leblond and Clays, they're 44 seconds down on Brian and Hyde, but there's a bit of a battle going on between Wilkes, outfit number 3, who are in 4th place, and 5th placed outfit number 10, Brian and Hyde. They are only 2 seconds down. 2 seconds down as they make the mountain climb. But problems for Dave Molyneux, dropping further back. This could be Schofield and Thomas that's with us here now. Number 21 certainly is 6 seconds down on Molyneux and Payne, but I'm pretty confident they'll make a place up as they climb the mountain. So that will be that. There's only the 2 outfits through the bungalow at the moment. Tom and Ben Birchall, 19 seconds is the advantage now. But making the mountain climb is number 5, the outfit number 5 of Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. They're safely through the bungalow, but 33 seconds down on Holden and Kane. Just chance, as we did the last time, to get outfit number 16 through. Down there, Hope and Bumfrey through, 13 seconds down, and Lowther and Hardy back to the grandstand.
It's been another brilliant performance from the Birchells again in this little sprint version of the TT we're having condensed into one day. They've been fantastic so far. I can tell you the Super Stock race, the second signal's just been sounded. 3:05 is the start time we have for that, but we wait for the lights of the brilliant Birchells to come on at Cronknamona. 19.2 seconds their advantage was over Holden and Kane at the bungalow. And more retirements to bring you, but I just tell you now, they have got to Cronknamona, and I look across and see the light coming on the scoreboards across the way, and a few other retirements. Craig Melvin and Stuart Christian at Balacry Bend making their own way. Can tell you Roy Tansley and Sean Parker have retired at Curramoor, and Greg Lambert and Ben McBride at Glen Duff. And we saw in the pits number 35 coming in, that's Jukes and Morley. They have retired as well. It's pretty steady, 19.992 the margin at Cronknamona. It was 19.265 up at the bungalow. So I think Chris Boyd, the Birchells have just backed it off a little bit. We'll see them across the line, but I don't think we're going to be seeing anything like a 120 or anything like that coming into view. Now we should see them. Can hear the outfit. We can now see the outfit. 7 in a row as the arms go up in the air from the Birchells. A 10th TT win for Ben and Tom Birchell. 118.609 miles per hour. 10 wins. They're now level with the great Rob Fisher and solo riders like Stanley Woods and Giacomo Agostini. What a performance. 7 in a row, almost unprecedented, I would suggest, at the TT. Complete dominance, and here is Holden and Kane to take second place, and they do indeed, and the final margin there, 20.5 seconds, the victory. Don't want to miss them going into the winners' enclosure. We'll confirm who's in third, but what a special pair the Birchells are. Chris Kinley.
Absolutely incredible, Tim. 20.5 seconds in the end. They were pushed early doors by John Holden, but there we are. There is your double, and now 10 times an Isle of Man TT Racers sidecar winner, as you quite rightly say, to go level with the great Rob Fisher. And well, I'm sure Rob is probably listening as well. He won't mind though. We were all estimating, we're all guessing they might be doing that 120 lap. Gives them a big hug again. Ben and Tom Birchall brothers. And there's Johnny Holden in second place. Founds and Walmsley are through Cronknamona. Tim Reeves and Wilksey also through Cronknamona. And Lee Kane looks absolutely knackered on there, struggling all through the week with the problems he's got with his foot. And he gets to lift himself up at the outfit. John gives a big wave to Pat Ferrance. And there he is over the line. Founds and Walmsley, Tim Glover.
Jevon Walmsley safely through. 116.026 on their final lap as well. Good effort. Different Founds in third.
Yeah, we'll speak to the boys. The Birchall boys go over to Johnny Holden, shake hands. Lee Kane's in there too. Gives a big thumbs up to the cameraman and makes his way, that smiling face under that Arai lid. The gloves come off, they get put on top of the little heat protector that protects him from the heat, that carbon fibre heat, but he goes over, gives the rest of the team big hugs. That's important. Gets himself over there, lots of pats on the back. And he's done it. Now, a double figures TT winner, 10 wins. Many congratulations.
Oh, thanks so much. That was hard, that, you know, it being a 2-lap race, it put a lot more pressure on us all, I think. But yeah, fantastic conditions out there, great crowd, and to win 10 TTs, it's just an honour. That's all I can say.
And that makes you watch your back. Watch your back. You're going to get run over by that Founds fella. That makes you level with Rob Fisher.
Well, I mean, yeah, I used to come and watch Rob and Dave Molyneux duke it out around here, you know. So to be on a level term with him, it's great, and you know, I'll give him a ring and congratulate him.
John pushed you for a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wanted to just have a look. You know, it's the end of a long week, and we didn't need to do out amazing, but it was just good that the crowd saw us again, and yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day, and thanks so much for the support around there.
We were surmising you might push on the last lap for a 120 because the standing start was 118.3.
Yeah, it just didn't have such a good run coming onto it, I don't think, you know, and I just thought just keep buzzing it along and short shift it and get it home. quite a difference in fuel load, you know. So it was sort of a lap different to where we'd normally be. But no, it was a great run, and we've come for the win. That's what we're here for.
Wins are wins, records are records. They'll be broken and but the win, that's in the books for all time.
Yeah, that's right. That's for sure.
And looking now to the Southern 100, obviously on the Isle of Man, and a couple of months coming back for that in July.
I wouldn't think so this year. No, I don't. I think we'll give it a miss this year. We'll give this little lady sat here a bit of a rest.
So World Championship next.
Yeah.
Where's next?
Hungary. We're off to Hungary next for World Championship and try and get that back on track. And yeah, big long drive where we can sit in that truck thinking about what a great time we've had in Isle of Man again.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Tom, let's have a word with you, young man. Well, you two, when you get off, the looks inside your crash helmets, you're still thinking about it now, and you've just done a big number 10 signal. That's 10, the same as Rob Fisher, and people, that's bonkers, isn't it?
That's
Sidecar royalty, isn't it?
I lost for words with that. I just saw Rob come over to us just before we went out, and won't be rude, but you just got your head on a bit and you're just thinking about what's going to come up, and I just thought I don't want to talk about 10 to you, Rob. So it's great to be up there with him, because he's a real hero of ours. Honestly, he is. The same as Dave Molyneux, and to sort of edge up that way, that's incredible. So we're over the moon with that.
Well done on the win. I think it's going to be an exciting night in the Birchall household this evening, I think.
Oh, there'll be a pint or two took on tonight, driver, I can tell you. That were a big thanks to the crowd again. They've stuck it out. I've said this before, but a proper cheer coming back down from mountain. We had a bit of a problem with brake fluid reservoir, so it really was a nail biter, that was. I kept having to wind it back on. So we were real lucky in a way, but it were not over till it were over, let's say. So full chat to end, but that were mega, absolutely over the moon. A massive thank you to our team. They've done so much for us, and especially these 2 weeks. Engines have been in and out, trying to keep everybody cool. Gary Thompson's been amazing with us all, even though he's had such a issue himself all these 2 weeks. So, mega, we've done it, move it!
Move it, well done boys, thank you very much. And let's have a word with John Holden if we can. John, should we get into the shade? We don't want to burn our little heads. And well, I know you had him at the start. You pushed on a little bit, but he's gone again, wasn't he?
Yeah. What can you do with 40 kilograms heavier on bike? They need a sack of spuds on their bike, don't they? And then it'll be even.
Well, there's now on your skin and bone.
Yeah, just a foot taller. That's all.
That's the only thing, isn't it? But still doing pretty respectable speeds, and another TT podium for you and Lee as well.
That's 12 in a row, so that's not bad, is it? Just on the reliability, my team's fantastic preparing that bike, and it just keeps singing along, and amazing, isn't it? For a sidecar, 12 podiums on the trot. I don't think that's ever been done. So my team's absolutely fantastic.
And he's now got 7 wins on the spin. You're going to have to come back next year and take one off him.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm not too old then.
Oh, you heck.
All right, then we'll come back.
And you and Lee, and I know Lee, you've been struggling all week, and you just sat there, you've seen you sat on the outfit. Oh, thank God that's over.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't give the foot a thought then. I just cracked on and really worked hard where I could, and I kept seeing the pit boards on that first lap, and I knew we were close, so just gave it everything, but it just wasn't our day, was it?
You were ahead at one point. You could probably see him probably end the Concavoli straight, possibly.
All right.
You were leading at one point.
Oh, well.
Only by a smidge. There was nothing in it.
Yeah, well, who knows?
Next year. And you just asked him about the Southern. He's not coming back to the Southern 100. Are you at the Southern this year?
Yeah, we're back at Southern.
That's what we like to see.
Club and everything. They look after us, and yeah, we enjoy it.
Okay, boys, well done.
Just need to beat that geezer Reeves at the Southern 100.
You do. Well done. And let's speak to the fans, boys. Yeah, where have they gone? There they are. Pete and Jevon, sorry. And Peter, Jevon, Pete, his team Founds. Look at this lot here. What a rabble.
Careful you don't get sucked in here, mate.
No, I'm staying well away from you lot. Talk us about the race.
Yeah, we just rode our own race, really. Just we knew we had a bit more speed in us from the first race, so we just pushed a bit harder. We'd made a few setting changes from the first race, and to be honest, we were a bit gingerly going into Quarter Bridge the first lap, because you never really know what the bike's going to do once you've changed your suspension and your brakes and stuff. Not ideal going into a race, but nevertheless, that's how it had to be.
And like Ben said there, different fuel load as well can upset it too.
Yeah, that's right, and that helped us a little bit, because the bike was performing better with a full fuel load, ironically, in the first race, so we had to make a few settings based on the fact that we knew we wouldn't be carrying a full fuel load. So, but yeah, this boy here did amazing. He was spot on. He hung in, and we had a couple of quick moments through some fast bits, and the confidence is building between us, so really good.
Anything to do to get ahead with those boys? I think 116 and a bit you did on the second lap, on the last lap, the second lap.
Yeah, and it was comfortable as well. We didn't do anything daft. There was no moments. Suzuki have been amazing with us, helping us out with bits and parts of the engine, and we really are pushing these little Suzuki engines to the max, to try and keep up with these other boys. So massive hats off to Suzuki and Morris Lubricants and Rotec and Chuslin's and all the other guys who've helped to get us here. So yeah,
say thank you to everyone. I don't care.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Jeff. How's that?
Oh, it's really good. I enjoyed it.
Just enjoyed it. He's nice and cool and relaxed, isn't he? This just chap. A couple of moments, he said.
Yeah, there's a couple of fast moments around a couple of the rights where it just sort of twitched, but.
What's that? Because there's no rubber down? Was it a bit green under the trees, or?
No, I don't know really. It's just one of those things. I think we were just pushing it, and it was enjoyable. So,
enjoyable, yeah. And a TT podium, boys.
Well, I'm so happy with that.
Yeah, well done, boys.
Cheers, mate. Yeah,
well done, boys. Well done, Pete. Well done, Jeff. Well done, boys. Top 3 there for the Sidecar Race number 2, because we're going to want to do the official photograph. And Tim, we'll hand back to you to get set up.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, great reactions as always in the winners' enclosure there from the Sidecar fraternity. I can tell you, passenger Julie Grosset-Bourbange has come off at Ren Cullen, but is okay. That's outfit number 40, and Mark Saunders, the driver, as well, fine. But yeah, Julie Grosset-Bourbange off at Ren Cullen, but okay. So the virtuals are the winners. 38 minutes 12.563 seconds their race time, a last lap of 19 minutes 5.175 seconds, 118.609 miles per hour. They win by 20.5 seconds from number 2, Holden and Kane. The checkered flag goes out for number 12, Gary Knight and Daniel Evanson. So Holden and Kane are in second, 20.5 seconds down, a last lap of 117.591 miles per hour. Third, number 5, Founds and Walmsley, in their last lap, 116.026 miles per hour, 34.3 seconds down on Holden and Kane in second. In fourth was number 3, so a little bit of joy for them after a difficult week and very little laps accrued around the TT course. Reeves and Wilkes, as across the line goes Maria Costello and Julie Canepa, Francois Leblond and Marlene Couliard. So well done, Maria, with a last lap of 102.93 as well. So the Sidecar boys are making their way up. So yeah, Reeves and Wilkes in fourth. In fifth it was number 10, Bryan and Hyde. Sixth, number 11, Leblond and Clays. Seventh, number 6, Blackstock and Rosney. Eighth, number 21, Schofield and Thomas. Ninth, number 19, Lowther and Hardy. 10th, number 7, Molyneux and Payne. 11th, number 33, Knight and Rostron. 12th, number 16, Hope and Bumfrey. 13th, number 14, Lockie and Sayers. 14th, number 24, the Saunders. 15th, number 27, King and Thomas. 16th, number 20, Alton and Bonney. 17th, number 45, Costello and Canepa. 18th, number 28, Leblond and Couliard. 19th, number 12, Knight and Evanson, as the second klaxon for the Superstock race goes. We're now ready for the Locate.im Sidecar TT podium, so let's hear the fanfare. And up the stairway to heaven they go. And the Birchells, well, it's 6 in a row as runner-up in this race as well for John Holden. 4 in a row for John Holden and Lee Kane. But 12 podiums in a row is something special. And handshakes all round. So making the presentations is Aurora Mullingan, the Executive Director, Sports and Documentaries of Pilgrim Media Group. So the Locate.im Sidecar TT in third place. Honor Suzuki, Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. In second place, 12 podiums in a row, 6 in a row as runners-up as well. John Holden and Lee Kane. And your Locate.im Sidecar TT victors on a Honda. 10 times TT winners, 7 in a row, Ben and Tom Birchall! And the Sidecar Tourist Trophy is back to be presented as well to them, and congratulations indeed to the Birchalls. As I said, they join, well, some illustrious company, but I'm sure the one that means the most to them will be Rob Fisher on 10 as the trophy is hoisted into the air as another finisher crosses the line in the background. And we'll just pause to let them have their moments. That's Brian Alflat and Aaron Goran who've just finished. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding now for the British National Anthem. Congratulations again, our Locate.im Sidecar TT podium in third, Peter Bounds and Jevon Walmsley in second, John Holden and Lee Kane, and the winners, 10-time TT winners, 7 in a row, Ben and Tom Birchall, and there is going to be some champagne sprayed down into Gasoline Alley.